To start with, you are going to get yourself a template and then another piece of paper, and you are simply going to trace around your drawing onto the piece of paper, and this is going to form the outline for your reverse applique picture. Okay, so just going over the different sections. For the next step, you are going to choose 3 contrasting pieces of fabric that will give you some different textures and appearances. I'm going to have this blue one as the top one, so I'm going to put that face down to the table, and then I am going to layer my other ones up, so trying to arrange them so that they line up in order, and then I'm going to put my design on top of that because we're going to sew from the back. We're then going to pin that in place. So you can see it's a fairly simple design that we are then going to use. And you're just going to pin that in place around where we're going to be stitching, but not too close to the lines because otherwise the sewing machine will go over it. So it's just making sure that we have gone through all 3 different layers of fabric and your piece of paper, so you can see with the pins that they are going down and they are coming back out as well. Next, we're going to sew our picture using our sewing machine, so you need to set it up and make sure it is on C14, which is the applique stitch, and then you are going to line up your line with the middle of the presser foot so that we can then start sewing. So next we're going to sew along our line. So I've set my sewing machine up to C14, which is the applique stitch, and it's a zigzag. So I'm just going to line up my pen line with the gap in between the presser foot so that the needle is going to go from side to side and along the line. So you're just going to go slowly. I've also matched up my spool and my top thread so that they are the same colour, so therefore it will be sewing on white on the other side. So once you've finished your stitching, you will see that you have got your picture on the other side, and you just want to sort out some of these loose threads. So you're just going to trim them off so that you are then ready. So if they're just caught up a little bit, that can then just be unhooked and trimmed. And then we will take the pins out, and you can always remove some of the paper to help you to do your reverse applique in your cutting. So I'm just going to take off some of the paper to expose your stitching and to help you do the reverse applique. So it might just be that case if you have to get yourself your little embroidery scissors and just pinch your picture to just get a snip in your paper to allow you to just be able to rip those sections off. To do the reverse applique, what you're going to do, so I've taken the paper off the back, I am just going to pinch so that I can get hold of my front fabric, because remember my blue is the front of my picture, and I'm just going to put a little snip in, and then what you're going to do is you are going to get as close to your stitching line as you possibly can, and you'll see that that then exposes the fabric behind it, so that then allows you to create your picture using different layers. So we'll cut the blue away and we will have a pink flower with a central blue bit, and then if you remember I have got a green fabric as well, which we will then do the stem on. So I'll leave that there for a second to just show you this bit. So our stem, we can snip through the blue And then I am going to go through to the green as well, which will then give me my stem. So once you've finished cutting out your reverse applique, so I still need to finish off that bit, you can then do some embellishment. So whether it's attaching a button, we can do some hand embroidery, so maybe putting the petals on and using some hand embroidery stitching that way. And then that will finish off your picture.